Hey friend, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Week. If you're new here, my name's Imi, and I try to make as much as I can from scratch, promote balance and joy in the things I eat, and work hard to grow my own food in my little garden here in Denver. What I eat changes from day to day depending on what I'm up to, but one thing that never changes is my desire to experiment and learn in the kitchen. So, I'm happy that you're here, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, consider subscribing and give the video a like if you liked it, as it really supports my channel. Okay, let's start with this week's grocery haul. I've been using a local service called Pine Melon for the past few months now. I'm a genuine customer, this video is not sponsored, but I did ask them for a discount code if you want $50 of free groceries. Yeah, there's no catch, there's no subscription, it's literally just $50 of free groceries. This week I got a bunch of locally made items like tempeh, hot sauce, hummus, and lots of veggies. I even got to try some kumquats, which have quickly become a staple. I love to eat them on their own or cut up in salads, and I first heard about them when I was watching an epic gardening video, and I honestly was really surprised. I can't believe that you can eat the whole thing, skin and all, and they're very sweet and they can also be quite sour, so it's this beautiful mix of flavors all in one little item. This morning's breakfast was a little weird. I was kind of aiming for a tofu scramble, but I ended up chopping up the tofu instead. We had a little bit of sourdough bread left that really needed to be eaten. We know I hate food waste on this channel, so I'm trying always to go through my cupboards, go through my fridge, make sure that food is being used before it goes bad. Yeah, kind of random for this morning. Good morning. Excuse the hat. I got quite burnt on the weekend because I forgot to put my sun cream on, and I'm too embarrassed for you to see what my forehead looks like. Anyway, this week I thought I would try experimenting with food and keeping a food journal because I really want to just find what makes me feel my best. And yeah, so you're gonna be seeing me eat a lot of weird things this week. I think a lot of weird combinations, a lot of exploring, experimenting, but also most importantly, I want to show you how I use the food I prepped in my last video in just normal meals, because I know it can be a bit discombobulating to watch something like watching me make 2 huge jars of kimchi and then not really thinking about how I might eat that, or sauerkraut or preserved lemons, for example. So I just want this week to be a really fun experimental week and to show you how I use that food that I prepped. Okay, this week is also actually going to be really fun because my pea shoots are pretty much ready. Well, they're definitely ready. And I grew these for microgreens. They're so easy to grow. They're really good for you. I have some peas growing outside, which are going to turn into actual peas, but these are just microgreens. And again, it's just a cheaper way for me to try and get as many nutrients and healthy things, but also they just taste delicious, but they're very expensive. So I wanted to be able to create something that was inexpensive, healthy, and accessible. So if you're unaware, I will show you exactly how I put these together because I'm going to harvest these ones. They'll grow one more time, but I'll show you because I'm going to definitely plant some more today as well. It's also quite exciting because everything that I have been growing has been doing really well, and I'm going to plant out some stuff this week as well as getting my lettuce grow up and sort of ready to go. So for quite a few of my lunches recently, I've been making this tempeh salad. I really love this Little House of tempeh, and this one was a chickpea one. You can see that I haven't defrosted it, so I just chopped it up as best I could. I do make my own tempeh, but sometimes I just really like to support local companies, and also sometimes it just takes a few days and doesn't go right. But I've been really enjoying adding citrus like these kumquats and apple to salads. I think it really adds a nice flavor. And yeah, I've just been really throwing in anything that I have in the fridge, and that's pretty much it. I also have been growing some squash. These actually grew in my compost bin, and I thought it'd be a fun experiment to take them out, allow them to go green, and see what happened. So for the lettuce grow this year, I'm actually going to try planting my own seeds. The starts can be kind of expensive, but I really love the farm stand. I think it's just, I don't know, it's kind of revolutionary, to be honest, especially if you don't have much space. So I'm just growing, these were some coriander seeds from last year, and I'm just throwing in a bunch of stuff to see what works, what comes up. Now this is one of my favorite breakfasts I've made in a while, so I had this a couple of times this week, but I use a different tempeh. I use mung dal, which is really high in protein and really delicious. I just threw a bunch of stuff like red onion, garlic, and a seasoning that I had already pre-prepared into a pan and cooked this. And then I used some local tortillas with some avocado, lettuce, the mixture, some fresh tomatoes, some coriander, and some local hot sauce from Green Belly hot sauce, which is one of my favorites. I also pickled these turnips, which is one of my new favorite things to put on top of literally anything. I made myself another coffee because I've been really good about going for my walks, and apples have been a really big staple for my snacks recently. Good evening. I just got back from climbing, so I'm just gonna have a quick protein shake. I don't love protein, but it's just a really easy way to feel strong on the wall, which is what I like. But I always make sure to measure out because I don't want to be taking too much. I just use a vegan one from Sprouts. It's hard to find one that you actually like, so you just gotta go with what you got. And then I just literally mix it with water because this is something that I'm gonna drink in 30 seconds. But for dinner, I wanted to show you how I use preserved lemons because again, in my last video, I made preserved lemons and I made them over a month ago. So they're definitely ready to use, which is exciting. And there's a rainbow plant life recipe I really like. It's like a lemon orzo with spiced chickpea salad and it has preserved lemons in it. And I think it's a perfect example of how they can really just elevate a dish or add something really interesting to the dish. So after I have this, I'm gonna have a quick shower and then yeah, then we'll get going with dinner. I guess I don't usually have a protein shake this close to dinner, but because I had like brunch instead of breakfast and lunch, I'm quite hungry and the apple didn't really do it for me. So I'm gonna finish this. Okay, see you at dinner. I'm not sure how it happened, but it is already lunchtime. This morning I started soaking some soybeans because I'm going to try making soy milk tomorrow and then making soy yogurt. It's really hard to find yogurt without sugar in it, so I just wanted to try and make it myself, and if I can, then it'll be so much cheaper as well. Yogurt in a supermarket, especially vegan or non-dairy ones, are very expensive, and I wanted to try and make my own higher protein one, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'll show you. But for now, I'm just gonna make for lunch what I had yesterday for breakfast, the kind of tacos, but I honestly, the morning got away with me, got away from me. I ended up speaking to my friend Jess and giving her advice on starting a YouTube channel. I find that stuff so interesting and really fun. And then I ended up talking to my friend Kate, who I'm planning a California road trip with. She's my best friend from home and she's coming to visit me again, which I'm very grateful for. So yeah, the morning really got away from me. So we're gonna be making some tacos for lunch, but I'm probably gonna make a few more. And we also don't have any tempeh left, so I'm just gonna make it with tofu this time. So yeah, let's get started because I'm so hungry. For dinner, while I was crocheting a bucket hat, my new project I'm working on, or was working on, my husband made us a delicious pumpkin curry. I've made this before. There's a video on my Instagram all about how to make the recipe, and I think I've definitely made it in previous YouTube videos, but it's pretty easy for a weeknight curry. It's delicious. It's got pumpkin, black-eyed peas, curry leaves, coconut milk and tomatoes. Super straightforward and honestly just one of our absolute favorites. So the soybeans have been soaking overnight, so now they're ready. And now we have to make soy milk before we can make the soy yogurt. All that means is we're gonna blend this with water, then we're gonna separate it from the pulp, and then we're gonna like cook it. That's literally it. Soy milk is really easy to make, it's just quite a few steps and sometimes that can be a bit laborious. We're also not gonna waste the pulp, which is called okara. I'm actually gonna dry it out and turn it into a soy flour. I've never done that before, but I saw that you can do it. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm just gonna drain these, then we're gonna blend them, turn them into soy milk, and then we'll bake them. Bake them, cook them, and then we're going to add a culture. Let me find the culture. Okay, so I'm just using this vegan yogurt starter culture. I get this from Cultures for Health. It's the same brand that I use for tempeh, for the soy and the soy-free tempeh. I've had very good results with the tempeh, so I thought I would try it. But the good thing about when you make your own yogurt, so I've heard, it's the first time I'm doing it, is that when you make a new batch, if you keep 1 to 2 tablespoons of your old batch, you can use that as the starter, which is very cool. Okay, enough dilly-dallying, let's do this. Okay, so to make the soy milk, all I'm gonna do is put 3 cups of beans in the blender, pretty much fill it up with water, and then blend. So 1, 2, 3. Now I'm gonna fill it up to sort of max, so about 8 cups of water. Once I've got it as smooth as possible, I'm just going to strain it through a cheesecloth. And I've just put the cheesecloth over a sieve, and I've just put it straight over the pot that I'm gonna boil it in. Because I'm gonna boil it first, and then I'm gonna measure out how much I'm gonna need, because whatever's left over will still be soy milk that I can use, obviously, another time. So I'm just gonna pour it in here, and then we'll get on to round 2. Okay, I'm just gonna measure out how much is actually in the soy milk. I poured it back into here so I can measure it, because we want to be pretty accurate with how much starter we're going to use. So if it's about 1 to 2 quarts, which for me is an absolute nonsense measurement, no idea what that means. So that's about 1 quart. Okay, so we've got about 1.5. So we'll probably just use 1 packet of starter. I only used a small amount at the moment because I wasn't sure if this was going to go well. I didn't want to waste food. So right now I guess we just boil the soy milk and cook it. And then we'll bring it down to temperature afterwards so that we can then add the starter at about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we wait. Good evening, friends. I just got back from the gym. I did a run and then I did some climbing, which was very fun. Finally getting over feeling quite fatigued from last week, which I guess I have no context for because I didn't tell you about that. I was feeling very fatigued this week actually, and last week I went to go visit my friends and my school friends had a great time. And then this week, started my period today, so this week I was very tired. But always on the first day, feeling much better, feeling much stronger. Last year, I was training for the Denver Marathon and I had to pull out because my shin splints just suddenly, out of nowhere, very rude, well, they weren't having it, is basically what happened. So I've decided to get back into running now that I've healed those again. Yeah, tell me about it. And I am loving it. I won't lie, I am one of those people. I know, I hate me too. But I've come back and I'm like, oh, I really can't be bothered. It's Friday night. Just kind of want to chill. Also met some friends at climbing and so I feel like I've socialized, done my workout, and I just really cannot be bothered. So I might make something really simple, like really simple. Might even have like granola for dinner. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, it's like the perfect time of day to do some watering in the garden. I've actually, I want to show you my garlic. I want to show you my squash and cucumbers. Some may say they're out a bit early. I'd say I like to live life in the fast lane. So we'll see what happens with those. But I need to give them some food. I would rather water those than honestly make my own. So let's do that first. Also so exciting. We planted some columbines last year and they are coming up and they're actually gonna flower this year. We are so patiently waiting. We have been watching like every single day. And every time we see the thing, like the little buds have like opened up a little bit more. Honestly, this is how you know you're in your 30s. Although I feel like everyone appreciates flowers, but we nurtured those flowers from last year because they didn't flower last year. Anyway, let's go water those bad boys. Let's go water them. Very lucky, had my dinner made for me, so we're basically just having the same thing that we had last night, but having quite a healthy portion. This is one of my favorite curries ever. And it doesn't take that long. How long do you think that took us? Like half an hour? 40 minutes? Okay, well when it comes to curries, definitely quicker than the other curries we usually make. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this and see you tomorrow morning. It's like 6 p.m. and I should make dinner and I'm gonna make mandu, which is Korean dumplings. But I just cannot be bothered right now. We went for such a long walk this morning, which was so nice. But I'm just gonna have a snack before I make dinner. So I'm just gonna have a lemon and poppy seed Bobo's oat bar. They're really good. Usually I only eat them when we go hiking or whatever, but like I'm desperate and I cannot be bothered to make something. And I need my energy, you know. I'm just gonna sit down for a while. I also transplanted all my little seedlings into bigger pots because the day was so nice today. So I'm feeling a little tired. Went for a really long walk. Denver is so beautiful right now because it's spring and there are just so many flowers out and it's just making me so happy. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this bar, maybe watch a TV program for an hour, and then I'm gonna make dinner. Yes, I think so. Good morning. We are just getting ready to go climbing in Golden and we've run out of coffee, so we're going to go and get coffee on the way from our local coffee shop. And I was going to say that I'm going to bring these with me. I got these yesterday to bring. I'm not sure if I've tried these before. They're Lenny and Larry's like plant-based protein cookies. I don't know if they're really good, but we will find out. But I thought I would take you along with me so I can just show you a little bit if you are interested in seeing any of the sort of local area where I live now. Or if you're interested in climbing at all, then I can show you. I can't remember what it's called, maybe like the Mesa Table that we're going to. But they're pretty short routes, sport climbing routes. So it's good for beginners like me. This Sunday morning activity, I think, epitomizes why we ended up moving to Denver in the first place. Golden is probably no more than about 30 minutes from our house in South Denver. and it just makes it one of the easiest and most accessible places that we can go and practice outdoor climbing on shorter routes. Although I will say these routes were very challenging for me in particular, and our friend also found lead climbing them some just a little bit scary. But it was a really fun experience. We were out there for quite a long time. We had our cookies, but I won't lie, I probably will not be buying these again, unfortunately. But yeah, if you have any questions about climbing, then please leave them in the comments below because I'd love to chat to you about it. I literally can't even tell you how hungry I am. I just stuffed my face with some crackers with nothing on them. So I'm just having a beetroot burger and some crisps. And then honestly, I have some chocolate oat milk left, so I might mix that with some protein powder and have like a chocolate protein milkshake type thing. Because I have not eaten enough today and I'm starving. Burger number 2. So half the fence blew down, which is quite annoying, but I did just get the Pine Melon order for this week because we ran out of coffee and they have local coffee. So if you're in Denver or Boulder, you can also get Corvus coffee from them, which is one of my favorite local roasteries. I think they're a roastery. Yeah, they are a roastery. So let's make a cup of coffee, unpack the new stuff and have a little chat. Good morning. This video has been really fun to make and I really hope that you enjoyed it because I tried to incorporate a lot more things than kind of just what I'm eating, maybe share a little bit more about what I'm planting in the garden at the moment to try and create that small kitchen garden. We do have a pretty nice amount of space outside. Most of the garden is concrete though, which is why I use bags, but that's why I'm trying to try new things, like we're growing lots of flowers this year to try and really help just create a really beautiful space and also just, try and grow the things that we eat the most. Microgreens are one of the best things that I think you can grow. You can also grow them in a jar just like sprouts, and you could also grow them if you want to go with the whole soil route. So yeah, I have tried to incorporate a few more things into this, what I eat in a week, and if you did like that, please let me know. And if you have any feedback for this video, I'm always trying to create content that is more enjoyable for you, that's more educational, more helpful, and at the moment I am actually creating a free PDF document for how to make sourdough, just like trying to put as much information in there as possible whilst making it very simple and very clear. So hopefully that will be available soon for you guys if you want it. Obviously you don't have to take it if you don't want it, but it's free. I just want to try and make information more accessible and try and help put things in a way that are helpful for the way that you might learn. I certainly learn in a myriad of ways, but also very specific ways to me. So yeah, I'm just trying to help in any way that I can. I think that this week probably wasn't truly representative of how I usually eat. Mostly, I'd say. This week I was really trying to be very healthy because the week leading up to my period, the effects of my period are drastically reduced when I'm eating very, very, very well. And so for that 1 week of the month, I try extra hard to just be doing good things for my body to try and make sure that I'm reducing those as much as possible. And obviously I still get period cramps, but they definitely are much better. Again, this is very personal to me. This is anecdotal, this is anecdata, but I'm going to be doing more what I eat in a week and try to incorporate showing you more things that I'm doing. And I do have a lot of things coming up in my 30s series as well as my makers series, and we're going to be doing season 2 of Skilled Girl Summer, where I try and incorporate all of those skills I've learned over the last year and help give them to you if you are interested at all. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for what's coming up this summer, and I'm going back to Europe to visit my friends and family, so I'm going to be making some fun content there as well, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As I said, any feedback is really helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested, and give the video a like. It really helps to support my channel. And if you live in the Denver area or the Boulder area, I don't think it's just Denver Metro. I think it can be much wider around. If you want $50, literally no strings attached, free groceries from Pine Melon. They try to include so many items that are local and from farmers market. So you can literally just use my code I-SUSTAINABLYVEGAN and get $50 of free groceries. There's no subscription, there's no catch. I personally love them and I have been using them every single Monday for the past few months, just putting it out there. Okay, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time.